I'm a little monster. I'm a little monster.
So what this person was saying is that they think NCT 2020 are basically just all of the members fighting to be the loudest, especially in their reality show, and the older/newer members are both really awkward with each other. I agree with this to an extent, but I do like the additions of members as it adds to the fun, I guess. Personally, I didn't know that Wavy were a part of NCT until this year. I think the whole adding members thing will get out of hand in the future. I feel like the more reserved members have become even quieter, and at this point it all just feels forced. Let's not even mention the cultural and religious appropriation. I completely disagree with this. I think anyone who wants to listen to fun, preppy music, will listen to it. I don't think just because they have the more upbeat concept, it doesn't mean that they don't attract people, nor does it mean they are quote-unquote extremely unapproachable. Stan Itzy for clear skin. I totally agree with this. Having a unique voice does not equate to having a well-trained, good voice. If companies focused on this more during training, we'd have even more spectacular main and sub-vocalists. I agree to an extent, but remember, beauty and attractiveness is subjective. Take BTS for example. I'd say the most popular members are definitely popular for their looks, but they all have so much talent and the personalities we see are pretty attractive. I think we also have to take into account the ages. For me, I'd say Jungkook would be most attractive, age-wise, because he's not an incredibly old man hopping around on a stage. Yes, I'm calling you out, JYP. But honestly, this is true, but it really depends on how the people chose biases. I agree with this so much. I feel as though the term idols holds them up to a standard some of them can't meet, and just in general the whole idolizing someone is weird. Usually when we idolize someone it is because they have done something that is really amazing to us, which can be said for idols, but when it comes to K-pop, idolizing, for some people, means to stalk them and literally never hold them accountable for any wrongs, which in this case does happen and is pretty bad. What this person was saying is that problematic idols bring a reality check to delusional fans, and they break the illusion of perfect idols that companies try so hard to uphold. So for this I think it is important for delusional people to be brought back to reality, but I don't think their sanity should be dependent on these scandals. Honestly, the people involved in scandals have lives too, and the purpose of their lives isn't to bring someone back to reality. I'm not necessarily agreeing nor disagreeing. This is so incredibly shallow, but I have to agree. Now I am not agreeing because I myself believe in this, but simply because to me, it's the truth. There are so many idols I could list that don't fit the Korean or Western beauty standard, that are so talented but never get the recognition they deserve. It's horrible, but in a society like Korea, looks are almost the only thing that matter. The fact that a member of a recently debuted group had to have his face covered with a hat and his confidence ultimately destroyed despite being an incredible dancer proves this. The first thing a stranger, usually from reality TV, will say to them is, "Wow, they are all so pretty/handsome." Never do they wait to see them perform or just do anything to do with what being an idol is about to compliment them on their talent. The produce series nowadays is majorly based on how attractive your looks are to the viewers. I wish this was different and they could change, but I honestly don't see that happening anytime soon. My once heart is whimpering, but this is very true. I personally think Twice are a unit, and I couldn't picture them as soloists. I could see some sub-units, but no one really strikes me as a soloist. I know some people will argue that Jihyo has really strong qualities in all areas, but I don't think her state presence can run very long on her own, simply because she gives the energy that should be given, and because the other members of Twice don't. She stands out. Simply put, it's bare minimum. I love Twice with all my heart, but their strength is their numbers, so let's not go disbanding LMAO.